Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to learn the concept of stress management and what are the causes of stress among the employees. So, uh, what is stress? First of all, let us see. Stress is a mental condition, it's a psychological condition, and it is impact of some condition or any incident on human being. Here we are going to learn stress, what are the causes of stress among the workers or employees, and this stress, that means whether it is personal stress or organizational stress, both affect adversely the job activities and organizational operations to a large extent, and therefore it is important area. Stress management has become an important area in modern management. A stress of any form causes individual behavior and group behavior in management. It affects badly, and therefore, as you know, the role of human factor in modern management is more significant, and its scope is increasing day by day. But because of advanced technology, new production methods, new equipments, information technology, cutthroat competition, changing nature of markets, then high expectations of management, these are the factors because of which the nature of jobs and the responsibilities have been changed. In addition to that, because of globalization, liberalization, and privatization, and also urbanization, these all these factors are having its own impacts and influence on working class of the society. And because of all these factors, different kinds of stresses we come across, maybe in personal life or organizational life, because of which directly or indirectly it affects one's day-to-day activities and organizational activities as well. And we can say that today's life is full of stress, which ranges from personal life to organizational life. So let us see what is stress. The certain reasons or incidents may disturb a personnel or a worker or an employee, which leads to mental or emotional reactions within the person and affects his normal behavior. Okay, so it is the state of mind which the personal or personnel or the employee gets disturbed, which creates a stress within an individual. And because of stress, what happens, it adversely affects the normal behavior and performance of individual. His efficiency decreases, it affects badly the participation initiative taken by that individual and operational activities. So in short, we can say that when a person is mentally disturbed, it definitely affects his work, the way he is carrying out his work. His mental condition is quite different. His participation is affected, his efficiency gets reduced, and he's a bit frustrated or irritated, we can call, and this affects his normal behavior in the organization. So now let us see what is work stress. Work stress is a condition arising from interactions of people and their job, and characterized by changes within the people that force them to deviate from their normal functioning. So when we are talking about stress at workplace, this stress is the result of certain kind of incidents taking place in the organization, certain kind of quarrels or conflicts with the individuals, and because of which normal functioning of an individual is being disturbed, and he starts behaving in a very different manner. Okay, and why work stress is supposed to be quite dangerous, because it affects one's mental and physical health as well. Okay, so let us see what is stress management. So stress management definition is, it is the process of identifying the causes and sources of work stress. That means what are the reasons and what are the sources of work stress that you have to find in stress management. Then we analyze the causes for estimating its effects and finding out the remedies to minimize the work stress for desired organizational behavior. whatever organizational behavior you expect from an individual, if you want that employee to behave in that manner, to work efficiently and to work wholeheartedly, you have to see to it that his mental condition is good, he is out of stress, or whatever conditions which create stress should be reduced. And you have to analyze the causes for estimating its effects and finding out which are the remedies which can minimize the work stress. Then now let us see which are the causes of stress. So there are four types of causes. First is individual causes, second are the organizational causes, third are group causes, and fourth are extra organizational causes. So these are all sources of stress which we can say. So at the beginning we will see which are the individual reasons for stress. The first one is career changes. Now when in individual's life, when there are changes in job career, generally it may be in the form of transfer from one place to another, from one office to another. It may be in the form of promotion, demotion, job rotation, change in department, change of superior, changes in work, changes in your subordinates, co-workers, colleagues you can call. These are supposed to be, or these are called as changes in job career. So such changes also definitely makes the changes in the nature of job duties, procedures, responsibilities, style, which produces a stress among the workers. Now, even if promotion is a good thing in one's life, right? Because you are climbing, or you're attaining the highest position, or you're on the higher hierarchical level of the management. But even though a personnel is under certain stress, because he doesn't know how I'm going to do that work, a bit tension kind of thoughts come into his mind as to how I'm going to look after the department, who will be my subordinates, how I'm going to get work done from them. So such kind of stress do exist when there are certain career changes. When there are transfer, where there is a transfer of job from one place to another place, definitely a person is under tension, pressure, because you are going to change the whole work culture, environment is going to undergo change. Your superior subordinates, everybody, you will be meeting them for the first time, or newly you will be meeting them, so you don't know how you are going to adjust with the new environment, right? So these are the career changes which definitely bring stress, or this is the cause of a stress among the individuals. Now the second one is changes in life. Now here changes in life means your personal life of a worker, which may be the reason of stress. It includes marriage of that worker employee, birth of a child, changing the residence where you are staying, if you change that place, changing of room partner, a death of family member, or there is any family member who is suffering from any chronic disease. So these are the certain changes in life which definitely brings stress among the employees, create stress. Of course, the impact of such kind of changes in life, or such kind of incidents on one's life, is definitely different from person to person. It may be long term or short term also. Then the next one is role conflict. A role conflict here, it means that every individual has to play different kinds of role related to his work, related to his assigned task, and these multiple roles create conflict and demands and expectation. Your superiors expect a lot from you, and you have to play all sorts of role as an employee. You have to work as a fellow employee, subordinate, you have to work as a superior, informal friend, you have to work as a representative of a group, representative of management. So as like in individual life, when you in family, you have to play a lot of role, as a daughter, as a son, then as a father, mother, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, so many roles. You have elder brother, sister. In the same way, in organization also, a worker or an employee has to play lot of roles, lot of responsibilities are, a lot of expectations are there from that particular role, and variety of roles. That means when an individual plays variety of roles, definitely he comes under stress, because he has to give justice to all sorts of role, and he has to see to it that all my roles I am playing in a very efficient manner, in a good manner. Everybody should tap my back. That kind of expectation every individual has. So as a fellow worker, you should be very good, nice to your fellow worker, very cooperative. Being a superior, you should see to it that you have a good rapport with your subordinates, you are having good communication with them. Being a subordinate, again, you have to see to it that you are having good understanding with your superior. So whenever you are playing all sorts of role, when one individual is in, playing all sorts of role, then definitely he comes under stress, because he have to give justice to all sorts of role. So role conflict definitely is one of the major cause of stress. Then next, fourth point is job conflict. Now job related conflict also produce work stress, because job procedure, then if you are having multiple superiors, multiple changes in job orders, kind of a rigid discipline, then job secrecy, these are the factors which are related to your job, which are not acceptable by you. And they create job conflicts, which create work stress in the mind of workers. And frequently, if your job orders are changing, then you don't understand, you yourself get confused, or you're under stress as to which order is to be followed. Same thing happens if you're having multiple superiors, then definitely you don't understand that whose order I'm supposed to follow. Because if one superior order, if you follow, the other superior will, the relation with other superior will definitely be spoiled, and vice versa. So definitely you are always under pressure if you are having such kind of job conflicts. Then the next is your personality traits. Traits means your qualities. So there are certain qualities in every personality, and if these these are the characteristics or traits of personality which creates stress. For example, of course, I mean, these traits differ from person to person, but it affects its mindset. Okay, so if you are having a negative trait, that means if you're a very pessimistic personality, right, so you always all the time think negatively. So naturally these people are more under stress than optimistic people or positive people. So rigidity, aggressiveness, arrogancy, impatient, highly emotional, you can call selfishness, self-centered, which are certain, we can call negative traits of personality, which brings a person under stress. Because if these traits are in your personality, it is difficult for you to make changes in those traits, right, or remove those traits from your personality, and you have to live with those traits, right. If you are a negative thinker, then you keep on thinking negatively only, isn't it? Even, but it is up to you, that you have to change your mindset, you have to think positive all the time, you have to have a good conversation in your mind with yourself, and see to it that you make yourself more positive. So these traits definitely, sometimes I talked about arrogancy. Some people are very arrogant, some are very aggressive, some are very short tempered, easily they get angry, they lose their tempo, right. So because of this, what happened, the relations are spoiled, something wrong happens in the relations, and it unnecessarily creates a stressful situation, right. So these are the traits which you should pay attention towards. And because of these traits, what happens, certain wrong things happen from your side, which you don't want to do it, but it just happens because you are emotionally, or if you lose your tempo, right. So these traits definitely bring certain kind of stress among the individuals. Okay, then next one is unreasonable responsibility. When job responsibilities are not according to the ability and competency of an employee, when too much, I mean, if the employee is overloaded, a greater responsibility than his ability is put on his shoulders, then definitely that would definitely create more lot of stress for that individual, because he is again in a very stressful condition, under pressure, that how to do that work, because I've never did it before, I'm overloaded, these are the things which are expressed openly. And this definitely creates disturbed mindset. Next is behavior of superiors and co-employees. Okay, so what happens, that behavior of your immediate superiors may produce job stress among the subordinate. If your superior is harassing you, is mentally torturing you, or putting undue pressure on you, or he's a person who is always in always goes for negative motivation. His style of leadership is negative one. He abuses the subordinates. Such kind of behavior is superior is having. Definitely the subordinates are all the time in pressure, and it leads to work stress among subordinates. At the same time, the behavior of your co-employee also matters a lot. If your co-employees or if your colleagues are not cooperative, they are putting intentionally you in trouble, or they are telling something negative about you to your boss, so that your image is spoiled in the eyes of boss. That kind of activities if they are doing, then definitely it produces work stress among the co-employees. The next one is lack of time management. Of course, if you don't follow time schedules, deadlines, then definitely you will be under stress, right? So if you don't complete your jobs, activities, or assigned task in desired or scheduled time, definitely it will lead to certain problems in completing the assigned jobs, which may definitely create job stress for the employees, because at 11th hour you'll have to rush to complete your job, and that is quite hectic. It becomes you first get irritated and to do that job. So if you don't have time management, definitely it's one of the major cause of stress, you can say. And last is absence of job satisfaction. So a disliked job cannot provide job satisfaction to employees, and these such disliked jobs assigned to employees may cause to produce stress for employees, as absence of job satisfaction may disturb his mental condition. So if you are not satisfied with the job, definitely you keep on complaining about the job, you all the time we get negatively view that job, and therefore it leads to job stress, work stress. Okay, so with this we will end with today's lecture. Thank you.